Welcome back to another episode of the Nomads and Nimble Shadow Podcast, trading the high-stress life of first responders for a life of adventure on the road. This podcast is brought to you by Kendra, a retired police officer, and her husband Sean, a retired public safety officer. They have been on the road full-time in their Airstream since August 9th, 2025. Traveling with them is their service dog, Django Aloysius Delicious McJefferson, Ph.D. the Sixth. Let's get this thing started.
I think people, what they really want to hear is, why did two grown adults living the American dream that have all the things they have and all the successes and
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I mean, we gave up everything. I mean, I gave up nothing, but we gave up everything in terms of what people think are important.
Mm-hmm.
A white picket fence and a book club and all that kind of stuff, and we kind of gave it all away and emptied our pockets and left, not really knowing, we're not going to be here forever on the road. But so I'm going to ask you, how is it you as a human being had a successful career, you were a successful parent to kids, you checked all the boxes, you had a beautiful house, fancy car. How is it a person like you could give all that stuff away and then kind of live on a whim?
Well, I think at times I feel like we've been sold a bill of goods in the sense that, we define success by the big house and travel sports and, just the American dream is defined a certain way. And what I found over time is that, we never really owned that house. We just paid the bank to use it. And with that came a lot of stress. And I loved where we were living. I loved our house in Santa Cruz, but I also, it was expensive. There was worry in the summertime about fires. There was worry in the wintertime about the heavy rain and mudslides and trees coming down. The electricity was going out, PG&E was getting more and more expensive, so it just felt more and more stressful. And I've always been, I don't know if it's because I'm Sagittarius, I don't know if it's just my personality, but I've always had that wanderlust where I, want to go do things and want to see things and want to experience things. It's hard to do that when you have to, stay home and take care of a house. So a year ago, I don't know that I would have pictured us where we are now.
But we did talk about it a lot. We did fantasize about it.
Yeah, we fantasized about a lot of different things, a lot of different travel. We talked about living on a cruise ship. We talked about renting a place for 3 months at a time and just kind of being nomads in that way. There were a lot of iterations of the fantasy. But it just sort of made sense because we bought the house in Costa Rica in December. And then we already have this truck and we already have this Airstream. So it just sort of made sense. But it really took you sitting down with me and kind of explaining like how much stress you were feeling about the house to convince me that selling, I would have rented it. I would have lived this life, but I would have kept the house as a rental. That was the only difference really between how I saw it and how you saw it. So does that answer your question? I think.
Yeah, it does. And I'm glad that you were willing to make the leap with me to do that. Going backwards from what you said, would we be able to do this if we rented the house? Yes, but would we be getting the phone calls and emails about this doesn't work and that doesn't work? And
Yeah, we're getting that from the lady
I mean,
that bought it.
we're already getting it, and we shouldn't be getting it because it's not our house anymore. But like the headache of, yeah, houses come with headaches, and you're gonna have a headache, and someone's gonna pay me to live in my house, where I still have to pay the property taxes, and I still have to be worried about a fire, and I still have to be worried about mudslides. I still have to worry about them falling off the deck because of a rotten board. I'm just not cut out for that. I mean, if we were rich enough, we had a whole bunch of rental properties that were managed by somebody else and the money just kept coming in, great. But this is a big, giant house where they pay $6,000 in rent to stay in. Hold on, there's a loud diesel truck driving by again.
That's what I'll remember.
Because we're in
Vernal,
diesel land over here. I love diesels, by the way.
But they're a little loud.
This podcast brought to you by Ford. 6.7 Power Stroke.
Or is it Chevy? We're switching to a Chevy.
Or Chevy, yeah, or Dodge. They all have problems. I don't know what to do. And then I was working backwards. Oh, I mean, the American dream is you work to live and then you live to work. Like all you do is you've got to go in, you've got to do your hours so you can pay the bills, and then you can buy the aluminum baseball bat because your kid needs it for sports, and then pretty soon you're living I mean, you're not living paycheck to paycheck, but kind of essentially you are, because you have your money earmarked for something, and your money, your house is just a huge money pit. It's just a hole that your money gets into, and the bank gets money, and the rich get richer, and here we are. So, I mean, all the people that we are financial people, like, oh, hang on to your house forever. You know, it'll only get better.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of different versions of the American dream. And for me, I'm not attached to a physical house. I've never been attached to a specific house. We've lived in a number of houses. I grew up in a number of different places. And to me, home is where the people are, where the feeling is. I don't need a lot of stuff, and I don't need like the sentimental or the nostalgia part of it. But a lot of people do. A lot of people feel really comfortable and safe and secure, and they don't want the constant change, the movement, so everybody's different. And I'm glad everybody's different. It would be really boring if everybody saw things the same way. So, but I'm super excited. It's hard. I wake up every day, like, it's hard to believe we are where we are and that we're living this lifestyle. It's so exciting, but also doesn't seem real quite yet.
Yeah.
What are some of the lessons we've already learned
about living on the road?
Yeah. I've got one.
Okay, go ahead. You go first.
Don't go south in the summertime.
Oh, brother. Yeah, I mean, like, you take a lot of stuff for granted. Like, that sounds good on paper, and that sounds good, and this place sounds good, and this route sounds good, and it's not, man. Dude, we started out hardcore. We started out it's the summertime. It's August. We went to Paso Robles first, which is hot.
Yeah.
I don't know what we were expecting. We just maybe thought it would get better, and then we go east into Barstow and into the Mojave Desert. Holy mackerel, dude. My dog was hot. We were hot. Air conditioning couldn't keep up in the truck. The air conditioning sure couldn't keep up in the Airstream. We have one air conditioning unit as opposed to two, and it kept it survivable. We didn't die, but it wasn't.
We did not.
It was not cold.
But did you die?
Did you die? And it was nice taking hot showers without having the hot water heater turn on. It was just really hot water.
It was awful.
Because the hose was outside. Yeah. So yeah, that's a big lesson to learn. But we didn't die. Lessons. I mean, yeah. So I'm sure she can think of another lesson while I think about that too.
Not so much. I mean, we bought the rules of foil insulation, which really helped putting that in the windows.
Yeah.
Helped keep the temperature inside the trailer a lot more tolerable in that super heat, which is good, because now we have the confidence to know that if the air conditioning were to go out, we'll be all right. I mean, it was 110 in Barstow, and we survived it. The refrigerator was struggling.
Oh, the refrigerator was, I thought we were going to lose the refrigerator right off the bat.
Yeah.
It was making weird noises and not making ice and not keeping anything cold, so we thought we lost it. But I do think, and this is my idea, I'm going to go to Shark Tank with it, the Airstream and Yeti coolers should go into a conglomeration and create an Airstream trailer that's insulated like a Yeti cooler so that even if it's 110 outside, it feels like a freezer inside.
Kind of like our house, remember?
Yeah.
Our house was always like freezing.
Our house was freezing, but I loved it. It was nice.
Yeah, it's always called it. And I'm pretty sure Django was ready to run away and find a new family because we left this like big comfortable house and he misses his crate. And then we put him in a car all day long and take him to 110-degree desert weather. It's the first time we've seen him drink water, though, which is good. He's kind of a camel. He doesn't like to drink water.
Yeah.
So that's been fun. What, how do you feel about the change in your lifestyle of going from, having a set schedule and managing a team and doing work that always excited you and kept you stimulated and interested to being trapped in a 27-foot trailer with me 24/7?
I was scared of it. I was scared of the unknown. It's totally unknown to me. Like planning something on paper. It looks good on paper. I should be able to do it. I kind of knew my way around my life and the way my head worked. I liked waking up once I was out of bed. I liked having a schedule. I liked driving to work. I liked running a team. I liked the stress of it. I liked the fun aspect of it. And I knew it was coming. It was looming. My retirement was looming. What am I going to do? And a lot of my fellow coworkers, friends from my old department, and even now, they retire and they couldn't stand it and they got another job right away. I don't think I want to do that. I mean, I don't want to do that unless it's really fascinating. So this is my job right now. This is my job, is to drive and be safe and have experiences and have a lot less stress in my life and a lot less phone calls. We talked about that yesterday, and I like it. As of right now, what is this, week 3?
Yeah, I think so. We left on the 9th of August.
Yeah, so we're just short of a month. So I'd say week 3. Week 3, I'm still loving it. I'm still happy about it. I love that every day's different.
Yeah.
I love the lightness of it, physically and mentally. I like the lightness of it. I don't know, but I mean, check in with me in a couple months. I might be all done with it. I might be all done.
What has been your favorite part of the trip so far?
Oh, for sure. A couple different things. Seeing things I've never seen before. Like the Colorado mountains. Like when we went through, I'm going to get these wrong, Pagosa Springs?
Mm-hmm.
Pagosa Springs, and then up and over that pass. Just being in part of the world and being able to enjoy it and saying, I want to come back here and be here longer. I'm really intrigued by this area. I love the way it smells. I love the way it looks. I love the rivers. I love the freedom of it. And I know that I'm on a timeline right now. And I can't stay, but I can always come back. So that's exciting to me. Of like, check that on my box of I want to come back here and stay for many, many weeks, go backpacking and bring the kids here and that kind of stuff. And then there's other parts of the country that I've never seen that I would like. That was really cool. I don't need to see that again. Like Barstow, not so cool. And I don't want to see that again. But yeah, a lot of the drives have just been, it's like watching a movie. I was telling you today, we're in the woods and all of a sudden we're on Mars just for hours.
Yeah, going from that beautiful Colorado sort of lush. Colorado is more arid than I realized. I always pictured it just kind of like the Rocky Mountains type of thing. And for me, thanks for asking.
Sorry
for me,
about you.
Yeah, my favorite.
It's hard enough for me to be able to formulate sentences, let alone ask you questions.
Okay, I'll forgive you. I could do both. Salida, I'm not sure.
Was awesome.
Yeah, that so far has
granola,
been so
kayaking.
Beautiful. Everybody's
the
outside.
Vibe. Andrew, shout out the vibe of Salida, bomb.
Right.
Bomb.
And breweries and pizza and burgers.
Dude, we could walk around that town forever.
Yeah, there was like jewelry making and pottery making and art galleries and that awesome river that it felt to me like the whole community was outside all the time. There were kids on bikes, there were kids on skateboards, there were kids on those single-wheeled one wheels. There were kids in the river, those 2 little girls that were floating
Yeah.
down the river. So there was like
No parents around.
a surf hole, right? So people are jumping in and they're doing their surf stuff in this surf hole. A bunch of grown-ups with their wetsuits and helmets and the whole bit. And these two little kids are floating down the river and they're like, hey, watch out, here we come. And then everybody kind of makes way for them to float through that surf hole, and they kept getting out and doing it again. And it just felt like such a cool place to be.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed
Should
that.
raise our kids there.
Yeah. And then Fort Collins, that, visiting Stacy and Tank and getting to see kind of their lifestyle and what that community is like was just beautiful. It's just beautiful. Loved it.
Yeah.
Now we're back in Utah.
I mean, no, but Utah will have some stuff like amazing red rocks and stuff for us to
for
see.
sure.
It'll be really cool. Utah's a lot of desert, but it's also a lot of, beauty.
Yeah. But I think we're having to race through it. Well, we're going to head from Vernal to Salt Lake City tomorrow. We're going to go through Heber City, Park City. Those two are like beautiful. I've been to both of those, but
Heber City?
Heber City, yeah. It's south, I think, of Park City. It's really beautiful. So my friend Mary and I went there.
Oh.
Shout out to Mary.
Mary.
Yeah.
All right, one quick story about this town, and then we will shut it down. It's 17 minutes in so far. Can I tell a story about the steakhouse we thought we were going to?
Sure. We also need to tell the story about Oatman.
Oh, yeah.
Because we stayed in
Camden. All right. We'll do Oatman today and then the steakhouse tomorrow. So Oatman, just like if you guys have seen the movie Vacation, my wife here wants to see the biggest ball of yarn, and it's only 2 hours out of the way. So Oatman is this town that we went to with the kids. It's just a tourist town, and unfortunately people do live there in like boxes that used to have wheels on them that don't anymore. It's run down, but people go there for they have like shootouts outside and old westerns, and then they have a whole bunch of little shops. That place is run.
Old mining town.
Old mining town. They haven't done
of
anything to it. It does have electricity. They haven't upgraded anything. So.
Not sponsored by Oatman.
This podcast not sponsored by Oatman. Sorry, Oatman. I mean.
But I wanted to go because of the donkeys.
Yeah, so back in the borax days and then for mining, they had a lot of donkeys.
What are borax days?
People. I'm sure people will comment about how she doesn't know what borax is.
I know what borax. You mean the cleaner? Like the powder? What are borax days?
Yes, the burros and the mules were used to carry large things for mining and carry borax. And they were left there. So, these booms would hit. People would leave the towns. They'd leave plates on the table. They'd leave all their pets. And they'd leave their work animals, including burros. And the burros survived and had babies. And now, one of the tourist attractions of Oatman is the donkeys or mules or burros. I don't know. Whatever. What are they? Donkeys? Mules? Asses? Does anyone know?
I think they're
Can anyone tell me the difference? I don't know. My belt buckle is pretty small. I don't know the difference between all those animals. Anyway, there are animals. We're just going to call them donkeys. Okay?
They're
Burros?
donkeys.
They're donkeys.
Yeah.
Lots of donkeys. When we first get there, remember, it's 100 and something degrees. We're in the desert. It's dusty. It's dirty. I'm tired of driving in the dust, in the washboard roads with the trailer. We pull over in a parking space designated for me, which means I can park wherever I want. We get out. She's got the dog. So then right off the bat, some lady who's like a horse lady, but...
No, she was, I think, like a little docent, like a donkey docent.
Yeah. But close your eyes, picture a horse lady. She was a horse lady.
Okay.
But she was the docent for the donkeys.
Also not sponsored by horse ladies.
There's a couple horse ladies. No, there's a couple horse ladies I really like, but I mean you can picture it. You guys can picture Karens. You can also picture horse ladies. You can also picture cat ladies. Anyway, a horse lady says to Kendra, "Hey, watch your dog. These donkeys will stomp them to death because they see them as predators. So watch the donkeys." And there's fucking donkeys everywhere. Sorry, beep. So we're walking, and Kendra's on it. Like, she's head on a swivel.
Yeah, I'm looking.
She's looking around. Left. She even has to remind me, because I'm the husband and a big dummy. She has to turn around and remind me, "Hey, help me look for donkeys." Yeah, I get it. Yeah, okay, thank you. So we were looking for donkeys, walking into town. Right in front of Kendra, on the ground, plain as day, is a miniature donkey known as a baby donkey just laying right in front of her. I think, well, I mean, I'm like 15 feet behind Kendra, and I'm thinking she's probably going to just walk around it. She gets closer, she takes steps, and just as I realize that she takes a big step towards this baby donkey who's trying to take a nap in this heat, I call out. She steps on the donkey, or doesn't step on the donkey, but shrieks like she fell down a pit. Shrieks. The donkey's scared. Django's scared. Everyone's scared. Doesn't know what's going on. The donkey hops up. We're looking for the mom now, who's probably pissed off. She's probably working in a, I don't know, in like a harlot house or somewhere. And the donkey comes out with her apron on, all upset that you stepped on her baby.
Oh, she shouldn't have left her baby unattended.
All right. Yeah. So that was our donkey story. So Kendra's looking for donkeys and steps on one.
I was looking for the big donkeys that were, in the middle of the road. They were all in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
So I was on the other side of the cars, on the like little sidewalk-ish area in front of the shops. My peripheral vision did not pick up that donkey at all. So terrifying.
She can find ketchup in the fridge though.
That's right. That is right. We all have our skills.
All right, thanks for listening, everybody. This podcast brought to you by Diesel Trucks and Horse Ladies.
Horse Ladies and Oatman.
XOXO Horse Ladies.